these two guys right here. This is the Too Faced Naturals face palette and the Too Faced Naturals eyes palette. Now, this is actually not my first time dealing with like the Too Faced Natural eyes. I did the Natural Matte palette when that first came out like a few years ago. I did not have a good experience with it. I thought that it was rather dull and boring. I didn't think that the eyeshadows blended very well, and they just were not very pigmented on my skin tone. I did a lot of research on YouTube, and people just really enjoyed them. They came out with some really great looks. I mean, people were talking about that palette, and it was decently priced at the time. I think it was like $32 at the time. But it was not pigmented. Even with an eyeshadow primer, and at the time I was using Urban Decay's Potion primer, it just did not work, so I returned it. And I really avoided Too Faced products since then, other than their shadow insurance. That was really the only product I used of theirs, because I just didn't have a great experience. But then I saw that they came out with these guys, and I don't know what it was. People said it was reformulated. Some people really liked it. Some people didn't because they liked the old stuff. And I thought, you know what, let me just give it a try. I don't know what it was about it that made me want to try it. Actually, I do. It was the face palette that really made me want to try. I've recently gotten into highlighters and doing a contour and the bronzer blushes, and I've been wanting to try different versions that are just a little bit warmer, and the face palette offers that color combination. And since they reformulated the eyeshadows for the Naturals line, I thought, you know what, let me try the Naturals version rather than the matte, because I did like the colors that they offered. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we'll go into the face palette first. So here's the packaging. It's really pretty. It's really cute. The outside is kind of like, it's cardboard, but it's like a rubbery texture kind of feeling with the raised lettering and this beautiful lace seal. And the thing about, I guess, what they're looking to advertise with this product is that it's a face palette that is supposed to use your own natural beauty to luminize. It's supposed to luminize your natural features and bring out the true glow of your skin. And they kind of have the same idea with the eyeshadows as well. So let me go ahead and take this out of the package. So it does come with the little guide that they tell you how to utilize the products, the different versions of how you can use them. I don't really go by those because everyone's face is different, so I just don't. But here's the outside packaging. It's very nice. It's very luxurious feeling. I mean, it's gotten really great reviews online. It is really nice. It's a very strong magnetic closure that is really difficult to open on occasion. But it is very sturdy looking, very luxurious. I really wouldn't worry about this traveling, except I would probably wrap it up in some clothing because I feel like this would break. It's a hard plastic. Now, I know this is very in line with maybe like a much more luxurious branded product, but to be honest, I actually like the cardboard packaging just because in my mind I'm thinking, what do I do with this when I'm done with it? I'm going to throw it away. And this is not going to biodegrade anytime soon. So that's just what I think about in my head. But it is very, very nice, very beautiful. When you open it up, there is a very nice sized mirror in there that I do use on occasion. The only thing is it gets very powdery because the products itself are very powdery. But this is what it looks like. It comes with two highlighters. One is a very pinky highlighter called Starlight, and then there's a yellowish highlighter called Satin Sheets. Both actually surprisingly work really well on my skin tone, and I thought that I would grab the yellowish version, the Satin Sheets, more often, but I actually go for the pinkish Starlight one. I mean, both look very nice. I like them. For the blushes, I guess you would say there's 3 blushes in here, but technically there's more than that because you can combine the colors. So you have Pink Wick, which is this really bright, beautiful color, and then you have Pink Sand, which at first I wasn't a fan of, but I did get this towards the end of summer, and I thought, oh, it's too, it didn't show up too much, and I don't know, I wasn't impressed, but then I started playing with it, and it was starting to show up, and it is very warm, and it works perfect for this fall weather. And then you have Tropic Like It's Hot, which is really shimmery, and this is much more of a bronzer blush. And Sunny Honey here is your bronzer. It's a matte bronzer, and this one, it doesn't show up too well on my skin, but I can build it up. And typically when I'm using a bronzer, I will take the Sunny Honey and mix it with the Tropic Like It's Hot, and I like that color combination. For my blush, I usually go in with Pink Sand and Pink Wick, and I like that as well. So you can get some different looks. I've been using this. I've been using this every day. I get great looks out of it, and I actually get complimented when I use it. My sister-in-law saw me recently. She hasn't seen me in a while, and she's like, wow, you look really nice. I'm like, thank you. I'm wearing lots of makeup, but it really warms up the face. I really like it. This was worth the money. So this face palette, it is available through Ulta and Sephora. The face palette is $44. And then the eyeshadow palettes for the matte and the naturals is $38. Probably would say what is really worth your money would be this face palette over the eyes palette. But we'll get into this eyes palette right now. So same exact packaging as the face palette, just obviously smaller. It does come with a very nice mirror, which still does get powdery, but not as powdery as the face palette. So your mirror is right here, and then this is your eyes palette. And it comes with these 3 shades are going to be like your base highlighting shades. Heaven, which is a matte white shade. Well, it's more of a creamy shade. Silk Teddy, which is like a really pretty, like, kind of, I don't know how to describe this color. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a pinky with gold undertone kind of shade, but it's very light. It's very iridescent. And then you have Strip Poker, which is just a really nice matte tan color, which is really good for just blending things out or just creating a base. Really, Heaven is what I use for underneath my eyebrow bone. Then you have your smaller eyeshadows. Cashmere Bunny is this really pretty, like, brown color. It's a deep tan color, and that is just really nice for a crease color, or even just if you do a super all over smoky eye and just blending out that smoky eye. Very, very pretty. Push Up is actually probably one of my favorite colors in here. The only thing is it has the worst fallout. So you do have to be careful with it because you end up with glitter, like gold flecks all over your face. So you do have to be careful with it, and just make sure to tap off your brush very well. But it's a really pretty, like, my gosh, I don't know how to explain it. It's just pretty. It's kind of like a brownish with like pink like pink and gold flecks in it. It's just really, really beautiful. So sorry, terrible at descriptions. I'm pregnant, by the way, and I'm going to use that as just an excuse because truly, pregnancy brain is real. If any of you have been pregnant, it is so, so real. So words are lacking. My vocabulary is just not as vast as it really could be, or I'll be in the middle of a sentence and I'm like, wait, I have no idea what I was talking about. I have no idea. Or there's a word that I want to use and I can't grasp it. I just feel like a complete idiot all the time. Like, I just feel dumb. I actually got lost coming home from work the other day. I haven't recently moved. Just, I don't know, my brain is soft. It's just soft right now. This is my second child, so I did experience pregnancy brain with my first child, um, and I'm experiencing it now with this baby. So yeah, just to give you my little excuse as to why I'm a little bit dumb right now. But anyway, so moving on. So then you have Honey Pot. It's a really pretty gold color, which is also, it has flecks in it. These are supposed to be, I think, more shimmery, but they are gold flecks in Honey Pot and Push Up. So do be aware of fallout. And then you have these darker colors, which is Sexpresso, this really deep kind of auburn chocolatey color, which is really, really beautiful for smoking out any eye. You have Erotica, which is also very pretty and very interesting because it's a chocolate brown color with like little gold flecks in it. And to me it pulls a little bit almost like purplish, but like a chocolate purple. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But then you have Chocolate Martini, which I really haven't played with, but that also has gold flecks in it. But yeah, I think they're nice shadows. To be honest, I think with most of these colors, going down to Heaven, Silk Teddy, Strip Poker, and Honey Pot, not very pigmented. The colors just are, I mean, they go on very nice, and maybe, you know what, it's probably having to do with the concept of this palette. It's supposed to be a palette that brings out your natural beauty. Although it isn't confusing, the name scheme, because you know you have Heaven, which is pretty, but then in Honey Pot, which makes sense, but then you have like Sexpresso, Erotica, Silk Teddy, Strip Poker, Push Up, but then you have like Chocolate Martini. So I don't know, I don't really understand where they're going with this palette, but I think just from the description from the box, they're trying to like enhance your natural beauty, like illuminize your features. So if that's the case, then yes, you can come up with some really nice natural looks with this without using these darker looks that will smoke it out. So if you're just concentrating on just this side of the palette, then yes, you'll come up with some nice basic looks that you can wear to work, that are very friendly. You just have to be a little bit careful with Push Up and Honey Pot because you will have gold flecks all over your face, which is not really what you're looking for when you go to work, if you work a regular daytime job in an office. But that being said, if you're looking for something that will need to offer a little bit more in terms of like a nighttime look or something just a little bit more smoky, these two colors I found, Sexpresso and Erotica, are just wonderful to work with. Sexpresso just helps make just a really nice smoked out eye, but nothing crazy. So you can still wear it during the day. Like actually that's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I'm actually wearing Silk Teddy Push Up and Sexpresso on my eyes with a little bit of this Cashmere Bunny to soften it out. And this is a look that I could wear to work. I'm not even wearing false lashes today because I chose to wear my glasses. But just so you get a better look, this is what the eye look looks like. It's very easy to do, very friendly for people with monolids, because it's more of that gradient kind of look. So you don't need to have a defined crease or like a protruding brow bone. But it was just really easy for me to put together, very quick. And then I just lined my eyes and I put mascara on and then popped on my glasses. So that's why I did not go with the lashes. But if you didn't wear glasses and you want a little bit more of a, you know, obviously you want with a smokier look, you want to have false lashes just to make the look pop a little bit. So you can come up with some really great smoky eye looks. I actually have the demo of how I created a smoky eye look, full smoky eye look with this palette. I ran out of time, that's why this look is different from the one that I actually did the other night, which will be after this little intro. But at least you can see like the two different looks that you can come up with. So I'm not hating this palette. but I think if you have other neutral palettes, like the Naked palette, or say any of the chocolate bar palettes, you really don't need this, because you can come up with looks that are just a little bit more dynamic, I think, or a little bit more, I think, wow, I guess you could say, because when I do use this palette, when I decide to use it for work and just do like a basic look without the smoked out piece of it, I'm kind of underwhelmed, because none of these really, I think none of these shimmery shades really pop. They add a little bit of flex, but they're not luminous, I guess you could say. So I feel like I'm a little underwhelmed, as opposed to if I were to use, actually, if I were to use my Cargo palette and I were to go in with one of these shades, they're a little bit lighter, but I feel like they just are a little bit more luminizing. They're a little bit more metallic-y, I guess you could say, rather than glittery. So I like the look a lot better. But then when you're, I don't know, so that's just my opinion. The shadows for both the face and the eye, they're very powdery, more so on the shadows than the face. So you do have to be aware and careful of that factor. I think they blend out fine. All the shadows blend out very nicely. You do have to be careful with these darker shades here, because they're very, very pigmented, as opposed to these ones where you're going to be working with them just a little bit more. But I mean, that's not a complaint. It's good to have pigmented shadows. I just tend to be the type that I'll go in lightly with my brush, and I like to build up to be on the safer side. So when I first started using this, I was like, whoa, and I had to really kind of wipe away some of the eyeshadow. But that's not a bad thing. That just means it's good quality. Now the other thing to be aware of for both palettes, they do have a distinct smell, as most Too Faced palettes do. They smell of cocoa butter, and some people will like it, some people don't. I am one of those people that don't, and at first I thought maybe it's because I'm pregnant and I'm just extra sensitive to smells. And the first couple of times I used it, I really was put off by it. I did not like it, and it's very, very strong. Even my husband, he walked in when I was getting ready this morning and was like, what is that smell? And he's like, is that your makeup? Like, it smells sweet. And it was, and like I can just smell it throughout the room. I don't personally enjoy the scent that much, but I don't hate it because it's cocoa butter. I like the smell of cocoa butter. I use cocoa butter all over my body. I use coconut oil. So I don't hate the smell of cocoa butter, but for some reason I just don't like the smell in these palettes. I don't know why. I just don't. But it's not enough to make me not want to use them, especially the face palette, which I use pretty much every single day. So you do get used to it, but it is pretty strong, just to warn you guys. So my overall opinion, go with the face palette. If you don't have a neutral palette, you can try this out. You can still come up with some really nice looks. One of the reasons I went for this, even though I didn't like the matte palette from a few years ago, was because of this guy. It's my Lorac. I got this in a kit like a long time ago, and Lorac was like the only high-end makeup I had ever used, and I was very loyal to them. And it came in with these really beautiful baked shadows, which all broke, and actually this palette is so old I can't even use these because my skin reacts to them badly, but I just loved these colors, and they just worked so perfectly with my skin tone. I could come up with some really great looks for someone with my eye shape, and I've been looking for similar colors, and I just thought, hey, maybe these in the Too Faced palette were very similar. Unfortunately, they do not pull the same color that I was looking for, but that's okay. It's still very nice. I still utilize it. This is actually one look that I primarily use when I'm doing the palette. I should try these two shades more. I really haven't, but they're very similar to the Naked palette. if you guys are familiar, to me, they seem like half-baked. Half-baked and almost like Dark Horse, but like a chocolate version of it. So actually, let's go into them right now and see how they look. I'm going to go into half-baked. Oh man, it's so pigmented, you guys. Alright. So there's half-baked. And then we're going to go into Honey Pot. Oh, okay. Okay, and there's Honey Pot right underneath. And not looking too different, but man, look at that. The fallout from Honey Pot it's real. It's a lot, so you do be careful, but they're very similar to one another, but the fallout is just so much. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into Dark Horse and see how that pulls. So there's Dark Horse from the Urban Decay Naked Palette. And then let's go into Chocolate Martini. Oh, these are like very different. Okay. Actually, so those two are pretty different. So that's actually not too bad. It did have a bit of fallout for that chocolate martini color, but it's not bad. It's pretty. It has those gold flecks in it. But man. So yeah, maybe I need to play with those two colors a little bit more. I'm a little bit nervous because there was quite a bit of fallout when I just swatched those colors. But yeah, so if that's something you're interested in and you want to see the looks, then stay tuned because I do have that video. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye. Hello. Alright, so we will get started. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I thought I forgot a brush, but I have it. Alright, so I already have my foundation on, my concealer, and my eyebrows done to save on time. We're going to go ahead into the Too Faced Naturals Face Palette. And what I like to do is I will actually go into this Sunny Honey, and I'll usually do this swipe in twice, and I'll go in with a little bit of this Tropic Like It's Hot, just to deepen up the color. And you want to do that. Tap off any excess. Then I'll take just Sunny Honey and I'm going to contour my face. Sometimes I'll actually use a little bit Tropic Like It's Hot if I feel like I need to warm up my face a bit. I just am not a big fan of the fact that it has sparkle in it. So it is much more of a like a bronzer blush rather than a contour. And the Sunny Honey, I mean, it's not bad, but really if you do want a contour, I would go more for like the Benefit Hoola, or even I just got the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and I know they redid that, but I got that from TJ Maxx for like $3.99 for like a little version of it, and I love it. It's really nice. I didn't want to get, they had the larger version for $10, which is still like a really good deal compared to what it was, but I wasn't sure if I'd like it, and I had just repurchased the Benefit Hoola, so I didn't want to go in again and buy a brand new one, because $10 is a good deal for what it is, but it's still, I don't know, you guys, it's still, to me, it's expensive. if you're buying like a $20 bronzer, then you turn around and buy another $10 bronzer. But, I mean, they do get used, so I don't know. I don't really use drugstore bronzer. I don't use drugstore things on my face because I just really can't. My skin reacts to it. I don't think this is even. There we go. So my skin just reacts poorly to it. I can use drugstore products like for like eyeliners, eyeshadows, things like that, but I can't, or I'm sorry, not eyeshadows, but eyeliners, mascaras, and lipsticks. You know, any lip product I'm fine with, but like anything that has to touch my face, like foundations, eyeshadows, blushes, anything like that, my skin just ends up getting eczema explosion on my face. So I just don't. What that means is what will happen is I'll end up with really dry skin, dry patches of skin, and little like bumps that are, it's not pimples, but they're like eczema bumps or something. I don't know the term for it, but that's what happens. So I do avoid that. But I noticed there's so many products available now. Okay, I'm gonna go into what I like to do is I'll do some of this pink sand, and then I'll do just a little swipe of pink wink, and I'll mix those together. But if I'm going for a little bit more of a less bright look, I'll just do pink sand. And I'm actually going to try to do like a little bit of a smoky look, so I think I'm going to do just pink sand today. Anyways, where was I? So there's just so much available drugstore wise, so the prices are so great, and it just seems like the formulas are different, that maybe it would be worth it to try some drugstore products on my face. So that's something maybe I'll try, because maybe the formulas have changed. Things have changed a lot. I just really need to make a list of the ingredients that are in products that I react to, because I've reacted to some high-end products too. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the Sunny Honey to contour my nose. The lighting is really bad in here because the sun's not out. I missed my chance. I usually record while my daughter's taking her nap, but she did not nap today, and that was the only time the sun was out. I had another video that I filmed or recorded, but unfortunately I deleted it like an idiot. So I will have to re-record that, but hopefully I don't delete this video. So I'm going to go into Satin Sheets. It's this yellowy gold highlighter. I'm just going to fan this out on my cheeks. It's the prettiest glow. The pink, the Starlight, which has the pinky undertones, is also really pretty. I was really surprised. I didn't think the pink would be as pretty on my skin tone. I thought the yellow would be the only one that I would use. But it turns out I actually grabbed for the pink one more than the yellowish one. I'll do just a little bit of highlight here because I'm not the biggest fan of my nose. I don't put anything on the tip because it's already kind of shiny to begin with. I don't want to add to it. So that's it for the cheeks and the face. So then we will move on to the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to to try something a little bit different. I've never done this look before, but I'm going to try kind of a smoky eye look. I mean, I usually do some kind of eye look and I can smoke it out, but I've never done like a full smoky, like all over dark lid look. My husband loves that look, and I just don't do that very often. And I've done it once before, putting Burt's Bees on my lip because they could use it. So let me see, what am I going to do? Alright. I think I am going to... Alright, well, let me just start off with the darkest color since I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in with Sexpresso. Tap off the excess. Oh, no. Before I do that, totally forgot to prime my eyes. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Wow. Thank goodness I didn't forget that. Oh, my goodness. Primer has changed my life. It just, some shadows still won't show up very well on my skin tone, but discovering primer and how it just helps glide your eyeshadow on and just makes the colors more vibrant, helps them to stay there, it's amazing. And now they have primer for the face, which I've really not gotten into yet, but I love the eyeshadow primer. I've tried different kinds. Let's try this again. I've tried the Urban Decay, which is really good, but I really don't like, it's the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I just don't like the applicator. Or not the applicator, but I don't like the bottle it comes in. I feel like it's just such a wasted product. And then I've used Lorax, which I know not a lot of people are a fan of. I was okay with it. It is a bit on the oilier side, I think, but I haven't used it in quite a while. I do have some I got from a kit, but it's like probably a year old, so I'm kind of nervous to use it. But I've never opened it, so maybe it should be okay. Okay. So, just going in with my blender brush, my little Eco Tools blending brush, blend out some of these edges. I'll add a little bit more color, but just to blend it out. Okay. Alright, now I think, I am going to go into, Cashmere Bunny, and I'm going to blend this out just a little bit, or soften out the look. I really hope this comes out looking okay. I'm not 100% sure. I've not done this look. I've done like a similar look once, and it came out looking alright. I used purples, but otherwise I don't really do this very often. I do a very basic formula of how I do my eye makeup. Since I'm a monolid, I never take a dark shadow past this point. Never. So I'm a little bit nervous. I hope this works out. My girlfriend's taking me out to dinner for my birthday, so I thought, why not look a little bit more nicer since it's going to be a girls' night. I'm going to go in with this Erotica. It's similar to this Espresso, but I think it's a little bit more purpley with little gold flecks. I'm going to go into my corner. Actually, what I should do, well, I'm going to keep doing this. Okay, instead of building that up, what I'm going to do, let me take this pretty push-up color, and I'm just going to put that all over, see if that does anything. Oh, a bit of fallout with this one. I like that color. I think it's one of my favorites in here, but there's a lot of fallout. It's nothing crazy. Right. Okay, let me try this Erotica again. Yeah, I like that Erotica. I'm just building it up into my corner. Actually. I think I'm going to, you know what, I think I'm going to put Erotica all over. Because I want to stick with that smoky theme. That all over smoky. So there are so many new palettes that are coming out, so many new products, makeup products. I don't know what to select from. I want to try like everything, but they're so expensive. And is it worth it? Things are so expensive. Like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I'm like, do I want it? It looks really nice. And I'm hearing good things about it, but it's $45. But then, if you compare it to like the Dose of Colors palette that just came out, that's $55. Things are crazy expensive. Or, I think, okay, well, or I wait like a year and it might come out at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls. Do I wait for that? Yeah, this push-up really did have quite a bit of fallout. Alright, now I'm going to go into Cashmere Bunny again and just soften this out, soften out the edges a little bit more. I think this is pretty much all I'm going to do. So I don't know if you're a fan of Emily Noel. I love her. I love her videos. I just love watching them. I watch them in the morning when I'm getting ready for work and putting my makeup on and just listening to her. And she's just so nice and she's so informative and fun to watch. But I do like to watch her videos, but she's the one where I learned to take that warmer shade to soften out the edges. And also she does that for like, she'll do the completely opposite. She'll do like a very bold, cool toned, like purple, and then warm it out with like a brown, or she'll do like a yellow with a red, and then, I don't know, like a pink color, and she'll warm that out with something else, like a completely different color. And it just works. She's really good with picking out colors and things like that. But it's awesome. So I'm going to go in to Heaven, and I'm actually going to line my eyebrows. This is actually something I learned from watching Toddy. She's another one that I really like to watch. I'll watch her as well when I'm getting ready in the morning. And I really like this. I like it better than just doing like a sweep of eyeshadow right here. And do a little bit up here just to clean up the look. These gold flecks are really bugging me. Sorry. I've used this push-up color before, and I've not really noticed all these gold flecks so much, but it's probably because the lighting that's on me. I'm sure it's not that crazy, usually, hopefully. No one's ever told me. Okay, so let me go in. Hello, sorry about that. So I guess my battery died before I finished doing my makeup. So I was almost done anyway, so I'll let you know what I did. So after I softened out the edges with that cashmere bunny, I went in with Sexpresso and I lined my under eye. And then I went ahead and curled my lashes, and I used the Falsies Volume Express Maybelline Waterproof Mascara in black. I use Maybelline mascaras only, pretty much exclusively. I go between the Falsies and, ooh, sorry, the label always comes off. I'm not a super sweaty person, but this is the Maybelline, what's it called? You guys, I don't know what it's called. Colossal. That's right. Colossal mascara. Still, it's part of the Volume Express. I love the Volume Express. I've tried all different ones. I really like this one. I like the Falsies. Though I like I like the Colossal better. And there's one that is in the black tube, and I just cannot remember what it's called. But you know, it's the black tube with the pink writing. But they just work fantastic. I need waterproof for my lashes because my lashes go down no matter what. I've tried high-end mascaras, drugstore mascaras, and I need that waterproof. I've also tried waterproof high-end mascaras, and I don't know why, they just don't work. They go on amazingly well because they're a little bit on the wetter side, but my lashes fall just very easily. So anyway, yes, I did that, and I put on these false eyelashes, which are from the Vintage Company, and I got the Betty version. I did get them from Marshall's for $3.99. I cannot find any more of these. I should have bought more. These are my favorite. They are the perfect size. I don't have to cut them, and I just like this little bit of drama, like the little like 50s drama in the corner. They're just beautiful, super easy to get on, and I've been using these for a while. I've used them through a lot, so they last. And then I also lined my bottom lash line with Lancome's Le Stylo Waterproof Mascara in Noir, and I just put that at the bottom. This I didn't actually purchase this separately. I got this within one of their packages. You know, get the gift with purchases, or you can buy product and then you get like this big holiday set for like $39.99. That's where I got it from. I love it. It's great. Just most eyeliners that I use underneath my eyes, they like disintegrate, or they do that panda thing where they just melt away, and I've not experienced that yet with Lancome. Also, Clinique is another good one, but still I've noticed with Clinique and even the Lancome, it does eventually just disappear after a couple of hours, but at least when it disappears and it's gone. And it doesn't just do that panda paw thing or panda eye thing. But yeah, so this is the finished look. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't do this full smoky eye very like, well, ever. I've done it like a couple of times. So my husband will be very happy with this look. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm a bit conflicted because I'm going to a wedding coming up, and I had a look picked out, and now I'm thinking kind of like this one. So I don't know. I have some decisions to make, but I really like it. There was some fallout with that push-up color, and it's just little flecks of gold. They would not come off. So just to warn you, if you're trying to do a day look, be careful with that push-up color. But otherwise, I'm going out for a night out with my girlfriend, so I'm okay with these like little flecks of gold on my face. I'm alright with it. Oh, and also what's on my lips, I have the Tarte's Lippy Lingerie. I got this as like a gift or a sample, so I use this to go align my lips and fill them in. This is like a lip crayon, but it's very moisturizing. It's really nice. It goes on beautifully. Can be worn alone. The only thing is it does well on the edges, but when you're putting it on in the middle, I notice it can go on a little bit patchy. And that might just be me because I have very dry lips. So that I don't really think that's the product. The product's really nice. But then I went over that with this Revlon Color Burst in Pink Truffle. I love these, and I know this is quite old. I have like 3 of these, but I just love them. They're buttery, they're soft, they go on really nice. Ooh, that's not going back down. But anyways, so it goes on really nice. I love this color for fall. I have a bunch of other colors, but they're better for like spring and summer because they're much brighter. The color itself is very sheer, so that's why I like to wear this over a lip liner that I filled my lips with. But otherwise, this is the finished look. I hope you like it. I did change my top because this is what I'm going to be wearing tonight. This is what I got as a gift. It's from Old Navy. It's supposed to be a dress, but really it's a tunic because it's really short. But yeah, I hope you like this, and I would say for what it is, I love the face product. I think the face product is the face palette, completely worth it. For the eye palette, if you have some neutral palettes, you don't really need it. But otherwise, if you're really interested, if you're a collector and you like it, or if you don't have a neutral palette and you don't have these colors, I think it would be a nice investment. You can get some really nice looks out of it. Now, as far as like basic everyday looks, I think that you don't get I think you can get better looks out of other palettes, like the chocolate palette or the Urban Decay, that just pop a little bit more. But you can get basic everyday looks out of it. I just noticed when I'm checking in during the day, and I'm like, okay, it's still there, but it just doesn't pop. But if you're looking for a look that is just a little bit smoky, like it does pop when you smoke your looks out. Like you can get some really nice looks that way. So I guess it's weird because the palette itself is called the Naturals palette, and it's supposed to enhance your natural beauty. So maybe that's why. Maybe they're saying, look, I don't want to make this a palette that makes you look like you have makeup on. Maybe it's supposed to be just like a natural sweep of color. If that's the case, then sure, yeah. But then I think where the palette is strongest is with those darker colors, because you can come out with some really nice smokier looks like this one and some other ones that I've done. So that's just my 2 cents. I hope it helps. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, let me know. If there's anything in particular you want to see or hear about, let me know. And have a great day. Thank you.